Okay. Is it Miss or Mrs. Ocean?
Miss.
Miss Ocean, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
I need more money each month to pay for, his activities and food and clothing, his expenses as he's getting older.
Whose activities?
Kevin's, our son.
Kevin? Okay, how old is Kevin?
He's 14.
14, okay. And you need more money? He's not giving you enough money?
No, he pays for tuition and healthcare, but,
Wait a minute. He pays for tuition? If I remember correctly about tuition, it's kind of expensive. It's not anything that's cheap. So how much is he paying in tuition?
$395 a month.
$395 a month. And you say he pays what else?
For our healthcare.
Prepare yourself, because today's case is a contentious confrontation between fatherhood and financial responsibility. The mother is requesting more financial support for their 14-year-old son, even though the father already pays for tuition and healthcare, but the father is arguing that this is insufficient. The judge must now analyze the facts and render a decision that is both fair and legal. Will the mother receive the additional support she is requesting, or will the father demonstrate that he has already paid his fair share? Stay tuned for this case, which is full of surprises and courtroom drama.
Healthcare, how much is healthcare?
It's $185 a month.
$185 plus $395. Okay, is there anything else you want me to know? What type of activities?
Well, he's joined the football team, and then he plays guitar.
Guitar. Okay, and has he enrolled in those activities yet, or?
Yes.
Okay, and you're paying for those?
Yes.
And you want him to pay for them?
At least help, yes.
Okay, so there isn't anything else you want to tell me before I move to him?
No.
All right, sir.
Yes.
You pay $395 in tuition.
That's correct.
And is it $185 in health insurance? Because what I see $85 in health insurance.
It's $185.
It's $185, okay. And then what else?
There's guitar lessons, clothes. Whenever he stays with me, I pay for all his activities and everything else too. So it starts to add up.
Okay.
As you can imagine.
And she wants you to pay for more than that?
That's correct.
I'm not understanding this, ma'am. The way that child support works is supposed to pay a certain percentage for the child, not for you to just get off scot-free and have him paying for everything. That's not how this works.
I understand.
This is where things get complicated, but if we split it down, $395 a month for tuition plus $185 for healthcare is already a substantial commitment. Mom is arguing that Dad should contribute more because Kevin has joined football and started taking guitar lessons, but legally, extracurricular activities aren't always considered necessary expenses in child support calculations, so the court must determine whether these activities are necessary or just optional extras. Child support isn't meant to cover every expense in a child's life. It's about shared responsibility. Please share your ideas in the comments section below. Do you believe that parents should be obliged to pay for hobbies?
As he's getting older, his expenses are getting more.
And I understand that. And what do you do for a living?
I'm an administrative assistant.
So you make money too, right?
Yes.
So it naturally follows that you should be covering some of these expenses as well, correct?
Yes.
All right, so I'm not going to have him be responsible for each one of those things individually because he's doing a lot already. And sir, where do you work?
I'm a pool cleaner.
Pool clean. How much do you make a year doing that?
About $45,000.
All right, yeah, that's not how this works. I mean, did a friend of yours tell you that you can come in here and get him to, run him through the slammer and have him pay everything? Did somebody tell you that?
No, ma'am.
Okay, well, were you thinking that on your own?
I just wanted more help paying for this.
All right, so I'm gonna need you to go ahead and pay for some of this on your own because I'm not going to make him responsible for everything. What I have here, sir, I'm not sure if your employer made a mistake on your documentation, but what you provided to the court for medical insurance, I have $85, not $185. So I only can give you credit for what's in front of me. If that's an error, you can.
Did you notice that the judge only presented the numbers? Then, here's the really bad part. Dad works as a pool cleaner and makes $45,000 a year, which isn't much, but he still needs to pay for tuition, health insurance, and other bills. Mom also works, so why doesn't she pay some of these additional expenses? This is where child support cases become tricky because it's not always the case that the other parent has to pay the full amount requested. What do you think? Does Dad already contribute enough, or should he contribute more? Please share your thoughts in the comments section.
Come back at any time and get that fixed, but I have to go with what's in front of me. So based on $45,000 a year, I have your gross at $3,600. I have your net at $2,948.13, which will bring your child support amount to $589.63. However, considering that you do pay a lot for this child already, the Texas Family Code allows me to consider factors to deviate from what your child support amount should be. One of those factors being child care expenses. So what I'm going to do, instead of making you pay that $589.63, I'm going to make your child support $395 just to ensure that the child's tuition is covered every month. So that's your education. Your child's education is very important. So your child support is going to be based on that. So $395 a month.
So you're raising my child support?
No, your child support is going down. So it
Oh, okay. I'm not
technically-
good at math.
Yeah, no problem.
I was told there would be no math during this session. So.
And that's one, I thought that it would be the same thing when I went to law school. Somebody lied to me. I still have to do math. So instead of $589.63, your child support is going to be the $395 a month for the tuition that you would pay. And you, of course, will have to keep covering the health insurance. And if you choose to pay for football and guitar, that's up to you. But ma'am, you need to be responsible for something. So does anybody have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Any questions?
No, I appreciate it though.
No problem. Well, you don't even have to thank me. You can thank the legislator because they give us the option to do this for people. It's just the right thing to do. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed. Hi guys, we've reached the educational portion of our show. I just wanted to go over what you all watched in the case of the ocean. So in this particular case, mom was seeking for dad to not only pay child support, but she also wanted him to continue paying the expenses for the child as well as paying the child's tuition. Would he be court ordered to do that? Absolutely not. Under Texas law, the court takes the obligor's net resources, and that amount is, it's a reasonable amount. It's based on what they actually make each month. Well, a court can also do what's called a deviation from the standard child support amount. The court can consider additional factors in deviating from this amount. In this particular case, you saw the court use child care expenses as a reason to deviate. So instead of setting his child support at that monthly obligation based on his net resources, the court deviated from that and made him responsible for the child's tuition every day, which protects the child's education. So that was the reason why in that particular segment you saw that there was a deviation from what he should have been paying in child support to covering the child's education. Do you know of anyone who's experienced a similar situation? Be sure to subscribe to our channel and make sure you comment below. You never know, their story may end up as a scenario on our show.
Under Texas law, a parent is not automatically required to pay for a child's tuition as part of a child support order. The court determines child support based on the obligor's net resources, ensuring that the amount is fair and reflective of their actual monthly income. However, courts do have the discretion to deviate from the standard child support calculation in certain cases. Factors such as child care expenses or educational needs can influence these deviations. In this particular case, the court chose to modify the standard child support amount, requiring the parent to cover the child's tuition instead. This decision was made to protect the child's education, ensuring their schooling expenses were met directly. Have you or someone you know experienced a similar situation? Share your story in the comments below. You never know, it might become a scenario featured on our show. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insights.